Okay. Here comes the storm. I hope. Twenty to 4 in the afternoon, and the solar lights have come on. Hopefully there's some decent rain in this. If not, at least it's cooled the land down a bit. And hopefully, ideally, no lightning upwind of here. Okay, well, let the rain begin. I've even got some firewood under cover now. There you go, Warbles on a lot to YouTube. The storm is underway. Let's hope it makes some rain. Encouraging. Although I'm hearing hail, which is not quite as good because I worry about the vinyl pool covers. But rain is better than no rain. Heavy enough to have runoff. Hail maybe a centimetre across. Good rain. Now you see why I thought that fella in the Twin Comanche or Beechcraft Baron was kind of insanely brave. Bit of a worry, I'm hearing some heavier hailstones land. The milk flow test. Because this has put runoff on the ground up here, this will be putting runoff into my dam. The one that this afternoon I was planning on buying water and pumping it from the neighbour's tank to my tank, from my tank into the dam. So, thank you, creator of the thunderstorms. Okay, well that was about an hour and a half ago, and it's still raining. The actual storminess of the front has passed. Solar powered lights have come off. Drinking water drum's full. Cascade overflow drum is full. Quite a bit of water running away overland. The number one boy wall tank is filling up. Before it started raining, I put the siphon in, so the number two boy wall tank is filling up, and as you can see, it suffered greatly in the hailstorm. Meanwhile, we've just gone over 26 millimetres. And 2.5 hours ago I said that it would be really lovely if I could have an absolute gully raker of a storm, and in such a case I would quite happily go down there in the dark and move the pump. Well, 26 millimetres, as I recall it, the first 9 millimetres soaks into the ground, and after that something like 2 millimetres worth of rain equals a centimetre worth of sea level rise in my dam. So I'm going down there, walking the pipeline, to see whether I have to make good on my promise to raise the pump. Just had a text from my daughter. She's in Moree doing traffic control. 12 consecutive nights, 12-hour shifts. So that'll pull in some money for her. She says it's not raining over there, but she's got weather radar on her mobile phone, so she knows it's raining here. Yeah. Almost runoff, you know, like there's a puddle in this little gully. Look at that. Santheria flowering in the thunderstorm. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that this whole polishing the firefighting routine with over $6,000 worth of money this year is a negative sympathetic magic spell intended to induce it to rain. Yeah, well, 3 hours ago I mentioned that this pipeline was beginning to look like $1,600 worth of money wasted because there wasn't a swimming pool's worth of water left under the pump suction basket. And I don't know, but I have great hopes of that situation being changed when I get to the bottom of the hill. The amazing thing is, it's still really, really smoky. The rain hasn't been able to wash the smoke out of the sky. I was thinking, in view of the damage the hailstones did to the pool cover, which was up for replacement anyway, let's face it. I wonder if the bloke in the twin Comanche or Baron, whatever it was, might have been a woman too. Perhaps the reason they took off out of Glen Innes in the face of that really smoky air with a storm on the other side of it, their weather radar may have told them about the hail. And aluminium aeroplanes parked outside don't do well in hailstorms. So if you've got the fuel and if you've got the instrument rating, it's not a bad option to jump in the cockpit and fly away somewhere where it's not going to be hailing. Just at a guess. Okay, here we are coming down the final stretch. Is there runoff or is there not? I'm hoping there is, and I'm kind of betting there is. Well, yeah, well, I don't know. I think so. Yeah, that seems to be up compared to what it was last time I was here. Although I'm not seeing a whole lot of, yeah, there's some evidence of runoff just here, but that's a pretty thick filter. Yeah, there has been runoff here about an hour ago. And there is fairly definitely more water in the dam than there was. I suspect more than the 2 centimetres which has fallen vertically down out of the sky. See the flooded kangaroo footprints? The water was well out on the other side of the toenail marks. So yeah, I'd say we might have 5 centimetres more perhaps, which would equate to 10 tonnes extra water. Yeah, all this was dry this afternoon, a couple of hours ago, but sadly I still don't need to move the pump. It would take something like 4 or 5 tonnes of water to raise the water level from where it is up to that stick. And I have 6 weeks ago seen the water that high up on tide mark rock. So yeah, I think unless I get another 20 mils tonight, I'm not going to have to move the pump. I don't think I'm going to get another 20 mils tonight. Because yeah, it's it's 30 centimetres vertically above the top tide marker on tide mark rock. So if I have to get up in the middle of the night and come running furiously down here in the torchlight while it's wet, then let's just consider that to be yet another example of negative sympathetic magic spell casting which will have worked, because I don't mind getting a wet ass in the middle of the night by torchlight if what it might mean is more water in the dam. Because more water in the dam means all the critters have got something to drink, and I have a little bit more water security come the event of a fire from the west, which will take out my neighbour's tank before it gets to me. I want to have a water supply to the east. His water tank, conversely, is the water security if the fire comes from the east, takes out my dam pump before it gets to me. It really is a shiny little fire plan. Under the right circumstances, and as long as you haven't, well, I haven't got to face down a howling bloody firestorm on the day. And if that's what I have got to face, 26 millimetres of rain today is a hell of a lot better than not having it. And there was 5.5 mils last night between midnight and dawn. 30 millimetres. God, haven't had that much in a day for a bloody long time. Every tree, every shrub, every blade of grass is quivering and dripping with thankfulness. After the rains. And all desperately hoping for follow-up rains. Follow-up rain, that's the thing. Getting a wetting and a drenching every now and then, yeah, that's better than not getting a wetting and a drenching. The idea is you want to get wet down like this once a week. God, if we could have 2 wet downs like this weekly for about the next year, perhaps the whole place might start to think about being able to bounce back. Wibnif, wouldn't it be nice if? The aquarium pipeline. The water carrier. One way or the other. Burn petrol to pump dam water up the hill. Spend money on a pipeline to induce it to rain. One man's engineering is another man's negative sympathetic magic. Maybe even the same man. Good stuff, this negative sympathetic magic, isn't it? If you just spend enough money on irrigation, eventually the rains will come. Water. Sploosh, sploosh, water. Water on the forest floor. Soaking in. Been a long time since you could do that. The prediction on Friday was that we might see 20 millimetres. So far, I've been lucky enough to measure 30 something. Look at those bloody dead trees. In the gully going out onto my neighbour's place. The nature of edge effect, I guess. It really is good to see signs of life. The flowering Kurrajong tree. In the first video of the day, flowering Xantheria in this one. Dam that needed refilling in the first video. Dam that's just had a bit of a refill in this one. And with 30 millimetres of rain, which is 120 points, 120 tonnes per acre. $12,000 tonnes onto the 100 acres for which I'm responsible. And I've been thinking, what a clever little boy I am for having put out 42 tonnes. Across 1.5 acres over a month, because that has been the best that I could contrive. To water down the little bit for which I am responsible. Everybody does their best. And I proclaim it is now, as we listen to the continuing rain, for the second time today, ginger beer o'clock. Label out. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao. Not a bad day for a Sunday.